Microsoft Teams. Streaming is turned on. And now we appear to be live on YouTube. Look at that. We are live, folks, on YouTube. So let's see what we can do from a standpoint of maximizing this setup. Let's see if I can get my phone to charge here. While I'm doing this, bear with me while I figure this out. Of course, it's not going to charge as easily. There it goes. Okay. And now we're going to go in and fire up Microsoft's other computer that I've been using and see if we can go ahead and invite MC to this meeting. MC at Dessa. There we go. Request to join. Let's hop on in. Turn on an avatar in Microsoft Teams. Not use audio. We'll see if we can get this to fire up. So Google has been busy with their event this week. They've got a event where they announced the Google Pixel Fold. And the Google Pixel Fold is a new flagship phone that came out, was announced at Google's I/O conference. And let's see if we're going to get anything besides our invite here. Go ahead and pop into our meeting and see if our avatar will fire up once we're in the meeting successfully. So we're in the meeting. There we go. The avatar did fire up successfully. So we've got our avatar in the meeting with us. And this means that we should have video from two sources here shortly in our meeting. That is interesting. Let's see if that corrects itself or stays really, really weird. There we go. Perfect. So we've got our video in here, and this is using Microsoft's avatars, which is a new public feature for Microsoft Teams. Having used a couple foldable phones in the past, I've used Microsoft's Surface Duo, and I've looked at some of the Samsung foldables. I have some family members and friends that either have the Samsung Fold or the Samsung, I guess the Fold is the one that folds in half, or the Flip is the one that folds in half, and then the Fold is the one with the 3 screens. And I've heard kind of the good, the bad, and the use cases of those devices. This video is the first time I have gone live after signing up for TubeBuddy. So I had some interest in checking out what TubeBuddy can do for me, and figured I'd go ahead and install that extension and then start playing around with a live stream to my YouTube audience just to see what this looks like versus using some of the other software and connections that we've used in the past. This Friday, we'll be going live on my LinkedIn account. And from a LinkedIn perspective, I have many more followers and connections and I guess notoriety than I do on YouTube at this point. But I'd like to see that change and have more people that I interact with on YouTube, and have somebody else that's an MVP, a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional. And he is over 1,000, I think approaching 2,000 followers on his YouTube channel, and just posted that he is using TubeBuddy. So I figured, why not give it a try and see if this can help me crack the algorithm from a standpoint of Google. And one of the things that came up in looking at TubeBuddy was the features that they have related to keyword explorers. And I'm going to see if I can find that again here in the software. Health report, launchpad, promo. Of course, I don't see it now that I'm looking for it. Let's go back to our YouTube channel. And maybe this was in the TubeBuddy. Yep, it sure was. It was in the drop down when you're in there. And so the keyword explorer tool lets you look for words that are trending, like Google's I/O conference. And that's where I saw the information about Pixel Fold. Microsoft has a conference coming up at the end of May called Build, which is their developer conference. So Google I/O looks like it's happening now with live blogging and lots of trending because of announcements and the conference going on. Microsoft typically will trend when their conferences and announcements are coming out. And so that's going to be interesting to see here later this month, what happens when Microsoft has kind of the driver's seat from an announcement perspective. And I'm going to see if we can switch over to turn on our audio. See if I can avoid getting feedback from, there we go. It looks like this is working successfully, at least from my perspective. Let's see if we can hop into YouTube on a device and confirm that I'm not getting feedback or anything else undesirable from how we've got this set up here. Sounds good. Okay. So what I've done now, and why you're seeing my avatar speak as well as me speak, is I've turned on the avatar's mic and I've muted my mic in my software so that the avatar is just speaking and hearing the microphone. So the avatar's mouth is moving. In the avatar software, I can choose up to 3 avatars to represent me. I can customize the look and feel, and then I can even have different gestures that I use as an avatar. So I can go ahead and wave to everybody as MC, and can even do things like a thinking gesture as a avatar. So the avatars in Microsoft Teams have some really unique capabilities. One of the things that surprised me the most about the avatar preview from Microsoft in Microsoft Teams was the fact that the avatar doesn't use my video camera. I just had the assumption that it would use my video and then mimic my gestures within a virtual avatar. However, what the software does is just uses the horsepower of your GPU or your graphics processing unit on your computer. And then it goes ahead and makes some decisions based on what you tell the avatar to do. So the first thing you can tell your avatar to do is speak when your microphone is in use. So it looks like I'm actually speaking. It doesn't look like it's doing a good job of enunciating the words that I choose, but the mouth moves while I am speaking. The next thing that I can do are a number of avatar reactions that are available in Microsoft Teams, and I can expand that category to show literally hundreds of different options that I have from the avatars. So everything from different activities to American Sign Language, and thank you to greetings, do a mini wave instead of a full wave, do a full wave, or do two hands waving. And my understanding from Toastmasters is this is applause in American Sign Language. They use that instead of clapping in their meetings. So I found that interesting as a member of a virtual Toastmasters club and attending a few meetings. The shaking of your hands is applause in American Sign Language. So we have all of these different gestures that we can use within Microsoft Teams and the avatar capability. And then we even have the ability to design the avatars from which we are choosing. So if I go into my settings here, from a Teams perspective, I can see my avatar and my settings. Over here to the right, effects and avatar off the More menu. And this is where I can go in to edit my avatar and even add additional avatars to Microsoft Teams. So I get my first avatar and I can set up a second avatar either by duplicating my first and maybe just changing certain aspects, or I can start from scratch and create somebody entirely new from pages of choices. So I can go with this avatar as a starting point, and then I can go in to customize the body shape, clothing, skin tone of my avatar, the face, including the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, add hearing aids, add face shape changes, the hairstyle of my avatar, and then the appearance. Finally, I have wardrobe choices as well that I can put on my avatar. So 4 pages of choices that I can dress my avatar in. Go with a striped Microsoft look there. Save that as my second avatar of choice. And then within my Teams meeting, I can just go ahead and either preview or go ahead and switch my avatar here. Apply avatars. And we should get our other avatar there. And we've got it. So that's a bit about the avatars in Microsoft Teams. And like I said, we are live on my YouTube page. This is my personal YouTube page that is set up as one of many accounts that I've created. I've got at least 3 channels at this point. We have the Microsoft Speakers Club channel, We have what I use for my Tech Thursdays channel. And then we have this, which is my original YouTube channel that I've had for probably as many years as I've had Google, or several years. I think I may have had a Google account before that. I got in on the beta of Gmail, which was announced on April Fool's Day, April 1st, several years ago. So I've had a Gmail account since pretty much the beginning, and received an invite from a friend to sign up for Gmail in the first place. But this gives you an idea of some of the streaming capabilities. What I'll be digging into with TubeBuddy is some optimization of my channel. It also looked like I have some of the options to actually co-stream on YouTube with others. So I'll have to reach out to some other fellow creators to see if they have interest in tag teaming on YouTube as well as other platforms that I am using. And with that, we've got our other headset. This is a Beats headset that I'm wearing, wirelessly connected to my Surface Pro 9. It is the LTE version of that Surface Pro 9 with the capabilities of a ARM-based processor and a radio stack to do LTE connections to the network. So I don't have to have Wi-Fi or a wired connection on this device. I can take it with me and be online anywhere that I have that cell service available to me, which is a great feature. And I'm seeing pre-live here within Teams. However, if I look in my Teams app here, let's see what we see in Microsoft Teams directly here about our meeting. If I go to our custom stream, which I don't see on the other computer, I do see that we are streaming. And I'm not sure why I see pre-live on the other computer. That's interesting that we see pre-live on one computer, but I know I'm out on YouTube right now, and looks like I have been so for about 18 minutes. Interesting. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you're just joining us, this is a YouTube Live where I've shown off some of the new Microsoft Teams features, including the capability of having an avatar within your meetings. And so instead of my actual video, I am sharing from one of my computers the screen. And then from the screen, you can see the pre-live message that I'm getting in the upper left. But you can also see the avatar customization that I have within Microsoft Teams to add up to 3 different avatars and personas to represent myself. I can have 3 different looks, and they can be based on something that may resemble me or doesn't resemble me at all. And then I can go ahead and save those avatars and switch amongst them while I'm in a meeting. So if I go back to this window, effects and avatars, and we switch yet again to a 3rd avatar with a Clippy shirt. Shortly, we'll see Clippy as what is on my avatar, and I can even take my video and spotlight for everyone in my meeting, my video as MC external. And then that should decide how my video shows up versus just the two of us on video, and whether one gets spotlighted differently. I've turned off my screen share, so shortly we should see what this looks like with the screen share turned off here. Let me see if I can see that live on our stream here. Catch up to where we are live. Yep, there we see it. So the video of my guest avatar is larger than mine. I can also pin my video or add myself to the spotlight. By doing that, it should even us out so that we're both equal participants in the video. And there we go. So having a monitor on my phone is helpful, because then I'm not just using the YouTube Studio window, which looks like it's got a little bit of time to catch up to my video. And this has been really helpful to learn a little bit more about the video capabilities within Microsoft Teams, and do so in a way that's less confusing for the people that I'm presenting to. One of the challenges I had when I signed up to do a Microsoft Teams video course was, how the heck am I going to, as a single instructor, show meetings with multiple people attending and not confuse somebody by saying, hey, there's me in one window and there's me in another window. And fortunately, Microsoft in late March released the beta of the avatars. And so instead of having to get fancy with software like OBS, the Open Broadcaster software, and trick my computer into thinking that the video is coming live from a webcam, but it's recorded in Open Broadcaster software and then just pumped out like it's live, these avatars will give me the capability of endless amounts of customization. So I can look like I have different clothes on, I can look entirely different from myself, and I'll have the ability to show many of these video features like together mode and spotlighting and cameo within Microsoft PowerPoint, several other things that I want to cover in this video course, and I'll be able to do so using Microsoft Teams and the avatars preview that's out in the spring of 2023. The other benefit to this is I have custom streaming at my disposal. So I have now custom streamed to both LinkedIn Live using Microsoft Teams, YouTube and my personal YouTube channel, and then probably tomorrow on Tech Thursday, we'll go live on Facebook. So we'll hit at least 3 of the big social media platforms live within this week. And then going into Friday, we have the Azure and AI show. And this week, we are using Microsoft Teams to produce that Azure and AI show. We have about 19 people that signed up for learning about LinkedIn live production from Microsoft Teams and live production of events using Microsoft Teams. So we may have several of them join us. And then we have presenters lined up for this week as well. So we'll look at Azure, we'll look at AI, we'll look at translation within Microsoft PowerPoint and other Microsoft 365 features, including the voice features of Microsoft Teams. So I hope you can join us Thursday, Tech Thursday, on Facebook, and Friday for the Azure and AI show on LinkedIn. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end our stream to YouTube. Have a wonderful Thursday, everybody. I hope you enjoy your evening morning or afternoon, depending on where you are watching this and when you are watching this on YouTube. Take care.